back to work on the Camaro again. He dropped off the engine that he wanted to use. It's a little crusty. The cylinder walls have a little bit of ring ridge at the top. I might just say screw it and keep using this one. Because this one I've heard run. I put a good piston and rod in it. Yeah, I think I'll just shelf that one and that'll be something for one of my future projects, because I don't mind using crap on my stuff, but for someone else's stuff, I'd like to use something that I know is good. So the next thing up is we got to pull this engine back out because it's all just mocked up in here. There's no oil pickup or oil pan gasket, anything like that. And like I said, in one of the last few videos, I wanted to paint it and get it looking kind of nice, clean up these valve covers. A few other things. I got some pictures showing where this opening is related to the engine, because I was debating on making a catch can that sealed up that hole where the AC and everything used to be, but I'm not totally sure how I want to go about that just yet. So I got some pictures on where everything is related to each other, and we'll go from there. So I think all I've got to do is just free up the hoist there and get everything out of here. We got the engine out of the car. Now I think the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mark where these mounts sit on this thing. That way I can take them off when I paint the engine, and I'll get a pretty good idea of where they are. I'll just put a mark on the center of these ones. I'm probably going to get it all cleaned up today, or start working on it today at least, but I don't think I'm going to paint it and everything until the cam's in. And the cam, Texas Speed was back ordered, or they were just out of cam cores, so that's going to show up Thursday hopefully, which is only a couple days. And then I'll get this thing thrown together and we'll start painting it and making it all look pretty nice. Alright, so yesterday I got the engine out of the Camaro in anticipation of the cam showing up today, which it did. And I started to clean this up, but I'm not going to worry about that just yet. I want to get the cam and springs and push rods and everything in it, and then I'll clean it up and paint it. I mean, as far as like the valve covers and water pump go, those are going to get replaced anyway. But the heads, I might use these heads because all the exhaust bolts are out of them. And the ones that were dropped off the other day have a couple broken studs in them that I just don't want to deal with just yet. So I think I'll just use my heads and not worry about it. We did go with a Texas Speed cam, and I'm just chomping at the bits to open this box up, so let's see what's in here. So obviously I know what's in here, at least I know what's supposed to be in here, but sometimes things get screwed up. So this part's always a little nerve-wracking. Alright. First things first, went with some hardened push rods this time. It's just a set of TSP 740 chromoly push rods. Just a little precaution there. And then here are the same pack racing springs. I believe these are 1219s. Yeah, these are 1219s. These are the same ones I got on that car right there that hasn't run yet, so that means nothing to you. And then here is the main event. Alright, so you guys know that for all my camshafts I go to Justin Baker at Dr. Differential and Speed Shop. He is in Orange, Texas, I believe. And this is a custom grind cam that he put together, so I don't know if he wants me to show you guys the specs just yet, but there is a surprise that I do want to show you. Alright, so first of all, right there's his logo. And then right there, it says Snydertron 3000. So he did say once you guys are interested in this cam, you guys could call up Texas Speed and Performance and ask them for the Snydertron 3000 NA cam, and they'd give you this. He and I are both pretty excited at how it's going to do in this car. It should be awesome, and I cannot wait to hear it. But first we got to tear this thing down and get it thrown in there. I think someone's here. Oh, it was you.
I thought you he took off.
No, the rear end was making a weird noise. Not sure how well you'll be able to see, but it is dot to dot right now. The dot's on this one. Oh, there you can see it. But more importantly,
damn.
Yeah, that's sloppy. That is sloppy. So we won't be putting the engine back together today, but we can at least get the cam and everything in. I haven't seen them that bad. Like that's, God, that's gotta be an inch. Wow. All right, finally got the cam out. I think the cold shrunk the bearings a little bit because it was a little bit of a fight to get it out. You want the honors of putting the cam in?
So you get the dirty job?
I mean, it's a privilege, really. Oh, you gotta look at the end of it, by the way.
Are you shitting me? Sweet.
There you go. I will throw the cam retainer plate on before I forget, and then I think that might be it for tonight. So it constantly blows my mind when people don't know that you can weld a nut to a broken exhaust bolt to get it out of there. People spend hours drilling and then fucking up their heads, and I've done the same thing because they don't know you can do this. All I gotta do is just take I usually use like 9/16 nuts because they just fit well and you can let it pool up and get real hot in there. Just start working it back and forth to free up the whole stud, and then you can just take it right out. So I got both of these ones out. That was a little warm still. So I'm gonna start working on this one here, and then I'll start throwing the valve springs and everything. All right, you can see here, this one luckily only has the one broken off. It's real close to flush. Assuming it works this time and I don't look like a total fucking asshole, we'll just use one of these. Wipe that a little bit so that I can see through there. Try to get it centered on the bolt, because if it works, you'll create new bolts. Although both of these are off-centered. I run things pretty hot with relatively low wire speed. That way it can just heat everything up, and then hopefully it works. I think we got it. This one's relatively centered too. Here we go. And that's all it took. Just like a minute and a half of work. Threads are perfect. Everything else is good to go. So now I'm just gonna start throwing the pack springs in, and we'll start putting it back together. I still have to order a new timing chain and everything for it, so it's not gonna be done today, but we'll get most of it together. Alright, got the heads done. Those are ready to go. Got them cleaned up as well as I could within like a reasonable amount of time. I think they'll be fine. So I'm going to start prepping the block for painting it, like taping everything off and getting it all painted. I'll paint it with the engine cover and the valley cover on, of course. I kind of want to paint the oil pan too, but I don't want to take it on and off a bunch more, and I can't really put the pickup on until I get the oil pump back on. It doesn't make sense to put the oil pump back on before I get the new timing chain and stuff, so I think I'm just going to go with the block for now. So I'm going to start getting the block cleaned up and then we will start spraying it. Alright, so I got the engine all taped up. I'm not real worried about the stuff on the back because the transmission and everything's going to be hiding that anyway. And the instructions on the can say not to paint below 60 degrees. It's about 44 here. I'm going to call that good enough. So I think we're about ready to start painting it now. Alright, so we got the engine all painted, got some new head gaskets on it. These are LS1 gaskets. I'm about to set the heads on. You saw me put the new valve springs and everything in those, got those cleaned up pretty well. I was going to paint the valve covers this same color. It's supposed to be Chevy orange, but I don't know if the temperature messed with it or something. I don't know how it looks on camera, but in person, at least this valley cover, it looks kind of like a tangerine, which I'm digging, but I figured I'd try black valve covers first. If that doesn't work, I'll spray them with the same orange. But yeah, everything's looking good. We got the Texas Speed cam in there. I got the PAC 1219 springs on the heads. I got a new box of the Texas Speed push rods that you guys saw that will go in it. So I'm gonna keep piecing this thing together slowly, making sure that I'm not missing anything or have to pull that piece back off. But I think we'll at least be able to get the heads and everything on today. We're not gonna be able to do too much of the front accessories, but we should be able to get at least the long block together. Today was pretty productive after all. Got the engine all back together, got both headers all welded up on the V-bands. I actually got a lot better on this one, learning from over there. But the engine is 90% complete, just waiting on a few parts, but that's kind of all we can do for today. And the battery is about to die again, so hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and we'll see you next time.